Oh man. Well, leave it up to supposed anti-fascists to use fascist tactics to shut down free speech and discourse. It's happening apace at Lewis and Clark College in Oregon, where feminist writer Christina Hoff Sommers was scheduled to speak thanks to the Federalist Society, and where she was verbally attacked and shut down by protesters who evidently don't like her brand of feminism. That's right, a woman shut down by feminists. These are people who, as Robbie Sove reports for Reason Magazine, said things like,
"Microaggressions are real! Microaggressions are real!
The gender wage gap is real. Rape culture is real." Implying somehow that Ms. Sommers thinks that all of these things are just things to poo-poo and not explore.
But we believe our siblings, and our comrades, women are not liars with victim mentalities.
Well, in fact, Ms. Sommers has explored these things, and she has actually debunked many of the numbers and claims on many of these things. For example, the supposed gender wage cap is something that Ms. Sommers has written on extensively for things such as Time magazine, which is a mainstream publication, of course. And she has noted, as have many other writers, that women choose jobs that are often less remunerative than men. Men will take more dangerous jobs. Women will leave jobs to have children and then try to get back into the workforce, which harms their ability to move up the ladder. And men and women often study different things in colleges. Men often study engineering more often than women do, so they'll go into the engineering field. So the wage gap that is supposedly 23 cents on a dollar that women don't make for what every man makes is often completely eliminated when you start to factor in these points. And yet, no one wants to actually discuss this at Lewis and Clark. They want to shout Ms. Sommers down.
No platform for fascists, no platform at all.
The ironic thing about this was that a diversity advisor had to come and tell Ms. Sommers to stop talking. That's right, shutting down free speech thanks to a diversity advisor at Lewis and Clark. But regardless of all this, let's say there were a paternalistic culture. Let's say that Ms. Sommers' claim in her very famous book from 1995 called Who Stole Feminism, that women should be able to make their individual choices if they want to stay home and raise their children, that is not a paternalistic idea. Let's say she's wrong. What are we going to do about it? Let's say there is a gender wage cap. How will this be solved? By having agents of the state tell people what they should pay? And where does that stop? Some questions that Antifa evidently doesn't want to discuss. For MRC-TV, I'm Gardner Goldsmith.